Team ban.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, señoras y señores. We are here in the grand finals of this best of three between Gamers University Peru and, of course, Team Rat in the Dark. Rat being, of course, the Swedish players and the Peruvians from Gamer University. This is, of course, going to be a best of three matchup. The winner coming home with $500, I believe, and second place makes their way home with $300.
Team ban.
Are you excited, Shred?
I am excited. Swedish players?
Did I say Swedish?
You said Swedish.
I meant Finnish. I'm sorry. They are from Finland, of course.
Wow. We're not the same type of people, you know?
I am disappointed myself.
Yep, it should be. Not the same country.
Dire team ban.
Yeah.
Pretty standard bans here so far. Keeper of the Light once again just banned out when you have the first pick. We've seen it pretty much every game except for the last game, and last game we kind of saw why. It's just too strong.
For the most part, I would say 80% of the games that we've seen have had these four heroes as the bans.
Yeah.
A Wisp ping picked up pretty early. I mean, just really strong hero. We saw how well the Team Rat there from Finland managed to make use of their Wisp in the games against Grats, though. So, you know, they have some really strong Wisp play with a combination with Chaos Knight. We'll see if they decide to pick up the Chaos Knight relatively early as well.
Yeah, from Gamers University, right now I would actually assume Lifestealer. Lifestealer is a hero that actually does fairly well against the Wisp type of play.
5 seconds remaining.
And maybe a Shadow Demon?
Reserve
I mean, we've
time.
seen that a lot. Because if you take up the Lifestealer against the Wisp play, you don't want the enemy team to pick up Shadow Demon against your Lifestealer. So you might actually take it just to deny it from the enemy.
I mean, not only that, it just works so well in general, too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, just a really strong hero. And I think that's going to be most likely the case. We'll see if they're on the same wavelength as you.
I hope so. Don't make me look stupid now.
Yeah, I was already kind of made a fool of in one of the previous band stages, so it's your turn now.
There we go. I'll just go bury my head in shame now.
It's okay. We'll, you know, hopefully be right.
I mean,
later
I
on
could
that
be
road.
50% right.
Yeah, I feel like Shadow Demon might be picked up next, though. At the very least, I think you are going to be 50% right.
I really, really hope so. Oh,
Oh wow! It actually looks like the disconnect happening by the by Mystico right now. Boogie Crash remake with same
Radiant
picks.
team pick.
How did he crash? I don't understand. He's the captain, though.
Yeah.
He has to restart Steam, apparently. So
with
we're probably
same
going to have to
picks.
reload this game and redo the picks. I don't know if anyone's watching this, though. I'm going to just message Angel right now.
10
Yeah,
seconds
just to
remaining.
make sure that everyone knows this.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Okay, there we go. Everyone's disconnecting. We're just going to go right back into the lobby for now.
Yep. There we go.
Are you in it?
Nope, not yet. I can't find the password. Is it the same password?
It doesn't seem like it yet. I don't see
Oh,
any.
there we go.
Go.
We should start new draft. Why? I guess it's fine to continue.
Shut down.
Yeah. Where you've left off, Boris. No, it's not. I'm not quite sure why they want to do a new draft. It seemed fine to me. I mean, it wasn't even their player that actually disconnected, so I guess they were kind of hoping for the surprise, but did they actually feel they had such a big drafting advantage that early on?
I'm not too sure.
It's not a normal situation.
What? Just kind of throwing that out there.
Well, MYI Jamie D, I'm watching. I think what he meant was any admins watching the chat, not anyone watching the stream.
Hi, Jamie D. Shout out to MYI Jamie D. Brilliant support player, just excellent personality. You should go follow him on Twitter. I don't remember what his Twitter is, but he's probably going to post it in about 2 minutes and feel very pleased with himself that he was shouted out on the stream.
It's Jamie Daw with 2 H.
Yeah,
two
it is.
H's. Yep.
Oh, wow, we have a Jamie D fan over here, and Shred knows his Twitter. Damn.
I am a big Jamie D fan. It's true.
All right, looks like we are probably going to resume the draft from where it left off. There was a little bit of a kind of hiccup there in the sense that both teams didn't really know what to do, whether they should resume or start anew, but most likely resuming. Just waiting on the final go. And we are loading. Once again, guys, sorry for the delay. This game will have to be remade and is just in the loading screen right now. This is game 1 of the best of 3 grand finals of the GosuCup Americas between Gamer University from Peru as well as Team Rat coming from Finland, not from Sweden.
You want to redo the introduction for the VOD?
Sure, I'll do it in about a little bit.
Yeah. Whenever Boogie loads. Or, well, when we're in the picking stage.
Mm-hmm. What is up, guys? We are back here with Game 1 of the Grand Finals of the GosuCup Americas between Gamer University Peru and Team Rat, hailing from Finland. And we're getting pretty quick picks, of course, and that's most likely because of the fact that we did have to remake the draft because Boogie unfortunately disconnected. His Steam actually had crashed. So up to now, basically, we have all the picks laid out from the previous draft up to where Boogie had crashed. The winner of this game, of course, coming home with $500. Second place leaving with $300. $200 difference, which is quite substantial considering that, you know what, we're playing Dota, we're having fun, and we're making money. May as well want to make more money, right?
Yeah.
Queen of Pain as well as a Chaos Knight. So we do see that Chaos Knight predict coming true here.
Yeah.
They played this really well in the previous game, the Wisp-CK combination.
And I think Gamers University are actually going to pick up the Lifestealer now. It does good against pretty much every hero picked so far. And I think it's one of the best heroes in the pool right now. Also, very flavor of the month. Unless Gamer University don't actually like the pick and don't really have a player comfortable with it, I don't see why I wouldn't pick it up here.
Yep, we'll see what they do decide to do for now. Taking a little bit of time, going just now. Oh, they actually end up picking the Lina. Really nice combination here with that Shadow Demon. And actually, that's definitely a hero that would have been banned out by Boogie and his squad if it had been left into the pool. They do like to ban Lina as well as the Shrek if the Shadow Demon is picked up. But now it's a really easy ban. The one that everyone saw coming here in that Lifestealer.
Yeah.
By Team Rat in the Dark. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just it, really. Lina's
really
been banned
strong
out pretty
heroes.
much every game so far.
Yeah.
In the second banning phase.
Ban.
Scooping it up just before here might actually prove to be a very vital part in their game plan.
Yep. Something interesting to note is that Lone Druid is still in that pool. I wonder if they're going to be able to use it, though. It doesn't do that well up against the Chaos Knight pick, if only due to the fact that they can, with the level 3 ultimate on Chaos Knight, do a lot of damage and pretty much melt the hero before the bear really has a chance to do anything. I mean, you can say the same about pretty much every hero. A strong Chaos Knight just plays so well, especially tied in with that Wisp for the overcharge, as well as general movement speed buff. Not only that, but combining with a Reality Rift as well as a Tether pretty much guarantees that Tether is stunned to land.
Remaining.
Undying ban out is pretty
5 seconds remaining.
pretty interesting. I mean, that pretty much means that they want to keep the supports weak on
Reserve
the enemy team.
time.
They don't want Undying to be able to turn those fights. But where does it really fit in? I mean, Wisp, Chaos Knight, Undying is a tri-lane without pretty much any harassing power at all. You can use Decay, I guess, but no auto attacks.
Yep, pretty fast ban now coming out. Right after the Weaver was banned, a pretty much insta-Chen ban.
Yeah.
Interesting to say the least. Kind of maybe worried about some really strong early game presence with the neutral creeps that Chen, of course, can take control over, as well as just to help push the lane. One We'll see what the last couple of bans are going to be. You know what? It's really interesting that we see a Weaver ban. I mean, that's a hero that we pretty much never saw leading up in the days past the International too. And now we're seeing it more and more just because it can do so well against certain situations. I mean, even in the offlane solo with Shikuchi, just the guaranteed max move speed does so much so much for survivability.
And we kind of just see both teams banning out, expecting the aggressive tri lane. Oh, Brewmaster taken out.
Yep.
And Brewmaster's one of those heroes that actually do well against pretty much any mid hero, just because of Clap being so spammable. He has good damage, good attack animation, and Drunken Haze is annoying as hell to play against.
Yep. Bane gonna be a pickup. You know what? This seems very familiar. Does this not remind you of the game against Graz? No, this is pretty much an identical lineup.
Yeah, it is.
Do you remember what their last pick was? I think it was a Darkseer, actually, so they're not going to get it in this case.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, it might have been, yeah.
We'll see what Gamer University decide to choose. A lot of just really nice kind of positioning and control heroes coming out from Team Rat in the Dark now. And Mystico and his squad. We'll see what they decide to pick. They might decide to pick up a carry right now. Not too sure. The only thing that's known for certain is that they know the mid hero is going to be the Queen of Pain, so they might want to pick up a hero that does well against that. Potentially a Templar Assassin. Not too sure yet, though. It could very well be the Puck, actually.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that. It could actually be the Puck, because not only does it do very well against Queen of Pain, it can also go into the safe lane as a solo if they decide they want to pick something else for the mid lane.
Thinking about into the mid game as well, Puck is one of those heroes that can actually survive a gank coming from the Wisp as well as a Chaos Knight. A little bit harder if you have the Bane there, though. Quite a bit harder, actually.
Yeah, pretty much impossible.
Yeah, exactly.
You can phase shift the entire Fiend's Drift? No.
Gyrocopter going to be the pickup. Not too sure if it's going to be the mid pick or if it's going to be a carry situation, Gyrocopter. We'll see what they end up deciding to choose. Something interesting to note is if they are going to play that Darkseer, well, which lane they're going to be playing it. They could easily go with an aggressive tri-lane with the Shadow Demon as well as Alina. That's a lot of burst damage there. However, Darkseer, of course, thrives in that off-lane situation. He could go mid as well. Against the Queen of Pain, it's kind of iffy, though. He isn't really going to disrupt her farm. She's going to do pretty well there in that lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Last pick here for
Reserve time.
for Rat in the Dark. I don't know what we're gonna see here. It's gonna be an offlane solo for sure. But what would you pick in their shoes?
Most likely something along the lines of like a Windrunner. Just a hero that can do relatively well in the case of a 1v1 lane, as well as just if you hit that Shackle, that's a couple of dead heroes right there because of the amount of burst and damage potential coming from the squad. It really needs to be a true utility hero that they pick up in the long lane. It's going to be a Nature's Prophet, actually. Pretty much able to assist with that global ganking presence that the Wisp as well as the hero he's attached to has. And it helps with the mobility as well. Queen of Pain can blink pretty much anywhere she wants. Wisp relocate, as well as just Nature's Prophet teleport. That's an insta-gank squad right there.
Yeah, this is a very much so global strategy, apart from that Bane. And high mobility, as you say. And Nature's Prophet is that utility hero, just like you talked about. I think you called it very well.
10 seconds
just being able to always reinforce that tri-lane, make it in a 4v3 instead of 3v3, is very important, and it's a great skill to have.
Reserve time.
Yep. Now just waiting on the last pick, of course, for Gamer University Peru. We'll see what they decide to pick. If they decide to pick a mid hero or just something a little bit different, and run the Gyro mid potentially, or the Darkseer mid.
Yeah. The lanes are very much so still open for Gamer University.
Yep.
The one thing we do know is that Shadow Demon and Alina are gonna go into the aggressive tri-lane, but that's about it. And
not necessarily. No, it might not be aggressive.
They might still decide to go into the safe lane, but the bans kind of talk to an aggressive tri-lane.
Shadow Fiend.
Oh, they're gonna pick a Shadow Fiend. We'll see if he decides to run this mid or not. A hero we very rarely see, both in the East and the West nowadays. It did have a little bit of a spark running it as a carry, which it very well might be the case.
Yeah, that's what I would expect here in Gyrocopter mid, because Shadow Fiend doesn't do that well against Queen of Pain in mid.
No, it does very poorly, actually. Queen of Pain can really control that quite well. Already just waiting for the game to start.
Yeah.
Just waiting on the final 2 picks from Boogie as well as... oh, man. JRX, I believe. Is it JRX? Yes.
10 seconds.
So we'll probably
remaining.
see Boogie playing the Wisp. Yep, there you go. JRX picking the Bane up. And here we go. Game number 1 of the grand finals of the GosuCup America is now underway. Gamer University being on the dire side. I'll go over their names. We have Mystico playing the Shadow Demon. Smash on the Gyrocopter. He looks like he's going to be going in the mid lane. Actually getting pulled some tangos for him as well. Actually, they're all starting pretty aggressively right now. Masoku going to be playing the Lina. Finally, we have Mihawk playing the Darkseer and Iwo playing the Shadow Fiend.
And for the Radiant side, we have Boogie playing that Wisp, just like we saw him do a few games ago, playing a very strong Wisp with amazing spirit control. Sifla playing that Chaos Knight, gonna probably be accompanied by Boogie pretty much the entire game, TPing around, finding kills. Jerax playing the Bane. This is pretty much an identical lineup to that game, like we talked about. Yeah, I see this too. Keep it up.
I think Wisp sees it though. Yep, Wisp sees it, runs away almost immediately. They see 5 here bottom. Something really cool to know if there is going to be no engagement. Yeah, he's going to get out okay though. Chaos Knight could have been in a bad situation. Look at the item build on Mystico, on the Shadow Demon. He has 610 pretty much health right now. That's a lot. Unfortunately, he only has 1 set of tangos though. So looking for a really aggressive level 1 most likely, but doesn't want to be taking a lot of sustained damage. But that's definitely not an item build you see every day. You definitely want to have at least 1 salve in that matchup for sure. But not only does he not have a salve, but neither does the Lina in this lane. They're actually swapping. This looks like it could be an aggressive tri-lane with the Darkseer, actually. And then running the Shadow Fiend solo safe. Shadow Fiend, if he runs solo safe, is going to be up against that Nature's Prophet, which would actually be a decent matchup for him.
Yeah, I mean, Nature's Prophet has a very strong auto attack on level 1, but he's not a very strong laner because he doesn't offer much. Like, his spells don't really help him control a lane at all. He pretty much only relies on his auto attacks, and Shadow Fiend is usually fine with that. If he can get a few souls up early on in the game, then...
Yep, that's going to unfortunately take 2 D wards to trigger that that jungle ward being placed by the Dire team here. That just means that there's no sentries for potentially counter-warding any other wards for now. This aggressive tri-lane, pretty unorthodox, but we've seen Darkseer and aggressive tri-lanes work quite well before in the past. It also, oh wow, looks like Chaos Knight getting pretty aggressive right now. The stun follow-up from Masuku pretty much hits the mark completely. A nice Nightmare on the Shadow Demon just to negate some of the damage, and he gets by okay right now. A nice start to the aggression that we can expect to see in this bottom lane.
That did a ton of damage. I mean, it brought him down to half health even when he was already regenerating from a tango, and with Wisp tethering, that's a lot of health regen. Still bringing him
Not only
down
that,
to half
but
is a lot of damage.
Shadow Demon was also Nightmare during that, so they didn't even get their full damage potential off. So this is scary if you're the Radiant team right now. Rat taking a little bit of damage on the mid lane. Lappy's just, you know, rocket to the face, a homing missile, if you will. And a good amount of control coming out of Smash playing this mid lane Gyrocopter. Oh, is there going to be an engagement right now, actually? Looks like they're not going to go on the Bane. I thought they would. Darkseer actually running away. They're going to instead turn onto the Bane right now. Nice follow-up again. Really strong follow-ups coming up. They're trying to do as much damage as possible to this Bane. Is Bane going to turn around his Nightmare? It looks like he is going to. And now they're going to try to get the stun off. The tether hits onto the Darkseer. Darkseer surges himself away, runs for his life. Everyone really low for this squad. And another excellent Light Striker coming out of the Lina. They're going to get the first blood onto the Chaos Knight, being picked up by Mystico. And they want more. Oh wow, that was a little bit of a weird Wisp tether canceling there. And he's going to go down. The Disruption's going to be used on him as well.
Oh.
That's a 2 for 0. What really excellent coordination coming out of the bottom tri-lane for the Dire, for Team Gamer University. They've hit pretty much every single Light Strike array in this lane so far. So Masuku just on his A game in this Grand Finals.
Very, very nice play right there. Boxing someone in, using 2 heroes and the Disruption illusions. Actually, look at
Too many
Lina.
irons in the fire.
Indeed. Probably just dying to be ready to smoke up with the Shadow Demon. That's what I have to assume here.
No, I mean, she spent all her money, so it's okay.
Yeah,
I was actually Mystico picking up a magic wand almost instantly. I really wanted to see. I was hoping that he would pick up an urn with that money and then just walk back, because if they had an urn in this lane, they can be so aggressive and just keep the health up as well. It could also tie into the fact that he had so little consumables on him in the early game. But yeah, things a little bit slower now just because we're waiting on the bottom lane to, you know, reach back into this. Of course, Mystico just running back to lane right now. Oh, are they going to catch this Wisp? This is a little bit of a scary position for him right now. Lina's not going to try the Light Strike Array, but she does have a Boots of Speed, so she does have the mobility advantage. She's doing a lot of damage to this Wisp. He's forced to tether down into the creep wave and then run back to the side.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, he wasn't really sure where the Shadow Demon was. Just playing it safe. Doesn't want to get disrupted and then get killed by Lina and the Light Strike Array. Oh.
4-minute rune being camped there by the Lina, actually. Gamer University playing so solidly, I'm not going to lie. They're playing really well. Yeah. Really nice coordination in the tri lane and helping the mid lane with the wards at the same time. The runes, sorry. How are the last hits looking in the mid lane? It looks like a 14 for the Queen of Pain compared to the 15 for the Gyrocopter, so still really even in the mid lane. Look at the Shadow Fiends though. He's doing really well in the mid lane.
A lot of it is the Treants, obviously, but I mean...
But the Treants give him damage.
Good. Huh?
The Treants still give him damage.
Yeah.
So.
But from a gold perspective, Treants aren't really that... They don't really rank that high, but I mean, it's still gold, and most importantly, it is the damage, right? Because it lets him control the lane much more.
Yep. Oh man, teleport scroll up for the Queen of Pain. She's looking to engage somewhere. Actually, they're going to try to go onto this Darkseer. Are they going to be able to get him as well? A nice disruption coming up. Queen of Pain TPing, of course, down to this bottom lane. They're going to get the Reality Rift on her. Actually, the Chaos Bolt first right away. But that's going to be a pretty nice kill in favor of the Chaos Knight. Of course, it did mean that Queen of Pain had to TP down and gank, but it's a secured kill, trying to get some sort of advantage to that bottom lane for Team Rat in the dark. Darkseer surging himself back down into this bottom lane just to, you know, continue the 3v3 presence in this bot lane. Some good action so far. Oh, look how aggressive Smash is being on this Gyrocopter. He's going to use his Rocket Barrage as well. Queen of Pain's going down to about 40% health. Gyro using his regen unfortunately gets hit by the tower a couple of times, so 3 times, 4 times now, and takes the Shadow Strike, so a lot of unnecessary damage.
Oh.
Wow, excellent ultimate as well. The Wisp trying to be used defensively, but the Lina ends up going down as well. Nice tethering the stunning 2 people, so the Shadow Demon ends up going down, and they continue onto this Darkseer. Is Darkseer going to go down as well? He is going to go down. Lina TPing back into this. Unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Are they going to continue though? That's the question. Well, doesn't look like it.
That is really unfortunate for Gamer University's tri lane. When you're in an aggressive tri lane, you never actually want to... Oh, hold that thought actually. Look at the top lane.
Yep, they are going down onto this Shadow Fiend. He is going to go down. A nice gank from that Queen of Pain. That's her second successful gank in a row.
Did you say stop?
Yeah, and as I was saying, when you're doing an aggressive tri lane, you can't afford to give up your entire tri lane in kills to the enemy tri lane. If you fall behind in an aggressive tri lane, you're probably going to struggle the entire game to claw your way back into the game.
Yep, very true. I was actually expecting some roaming to happen from this Lina as well as the Shadow Demon, trying to cement some grasp onto the other lanes, but they are staying in the bot lane for now, so they really want to make sure that this Chaos Knight is hopefully as gimped as they can make him. He's sitting at 28 last hits, which is actually second in the game, so he's not doing too poorly, considering he is against an aggressive tri lane. Queen of Pain getting a kill onto the Gyrocopter, actually. I didn't actually end up catching that.
No, I missed that as well, but it looks like she just bursted him down with the ultimate.
But that's a really important kill as well. Not only has she been ganking, but when she gets back into lane, she's winning her lane as well. So, strong play there, coming out of the Queen of Pain, being played by Lapis of Rat in the Dark. A little bit more passive right now.
Yeah.
Iwo looking to get his farm up now. Uses his raise just to make sure he gets some last hits now. And finally the second one getting an extra 3 Korean. So he's getting a lot of damage.
I keep looking towards this bottom lane, expecting some action, but
Yeah, and it looks like they want action as well.
Oh.
A Nightmare being used by that Bane onto the Darkseer. The tether is going to miss, actually. They're not going to be able to get it off because of the Nature's Prophet ultimate canceling it. They are going to be able to get this Darkseer most likely down. Yep, they are, yes, right there. But unfortunately, the Gyrocopter comes in from behind, as well as the Shadow Fiend. That's 5 heroes down, I believe, for the Dire. And a interesting pause game.
Yeah, I think this is for Shadow Fiend, yeah.
Yeah, SF was lagging.
Yeah, you can kind of tell that because he's just kind of running straight for the enemy tower right now, rather than doing any auto attacking.
Yep. Looks like for now, taking a look at the situation, actually, is the Chaos Knight going to be able to get this kill on the Shadow Demon? That is the question. He actually is... Yeah, he gets it right before he goes down. But unfortunately, Wisp goes down as well. So that was 4 heroes going down for 2. Queen of Pain, unfortunately, was not in that area. Is she going to try to go around and get a kill? That's the question. Most likely not, though. I feel like if she's going to try to get a kill... Oh, Gyrocopter is coming back through the mid lane. She could try to go for a kill right here.
Yeah, she's just waiting for him.
Bump, bump, bump.
I don't know about this though. You don't want to get this close to his Gyrocopter.
Yep.
For this exactly.
Look at how much damage she's taking right now. And now the rocket's on its way too. It seems like it's not going to do as much damage though. It is only a level 1 rocket, so she is going to survive for the time being. But I mean, a little bit aggressive coming out of her. Unnecessarily as well, considering you are up against that really heavy magic burst damage, close proximity Gyrocopter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a really questionable decision. There's not too much to say about
Radiant structures are fortified.
But that max rocket barrage does just so much damage if there are no creeps around.
The nice 5-man bottom there for Gamer University. You know, they look like they were a bit, you know, iffy in their bot lane in that 3v3 lane because of the 3/0 that had gone terribly wrong for them in the previous engagement. However, that last engagement worked out quite well for them. It was a 4-on-5, and they made it work. They got all 4 in exchange for about, I think, 2 casualties. Oh, looks like Masoku was there in the mid lane providing some support for the Gyrocopter, but Queen of Pain seems like she's okay to just farm under tower for the time being, as well as the creep wave's in a really good position for her to farm defensively. And that's exactly what she's most likely going to do here. Yep, there we go. 10-minute rune spawns on the top. It's most likely going to be picked up by the, the Gyrocopter is going to go grab it. It's an illusion rune. Now that we're 10 minutes into the game, we can take a little bit of a look at this gold graph. It's about 1,200 or so gold in favor of T-Tailing from Peru, of course, and the experience actually is around pretty even, but it's going to be about 300 in favor of Team Rat in the Dark from Finland.
That is really, really close, though, on the experience graph. I mean, you just look at this... How it kind of went into the favor of the Radiant and then just fell back down again. That was the fight we saw bottom earlier. Nice
kill there, using the Nature's Prophet and ultimate of, you know, full effect there, picking off the Darkseer. And are they going to continue on to do damage to this tower? That is the question. It could be one of the first towers going down in this game, especially being aided by that siege creep. It's going to do a lot of damage to it. Bane getting closer and closer to level 6. That's a very important level for the Bane. They're actually going to go onto this mid lane. Gyrocopter getting caught out pretty much right away. The second ultimate actually hits both of them too. That was 4 heroes teleporting mid. As we saw the pure global potential of this team. Both these Chaos Knight and Wisp teleporting in, as well as the Nature's Prophet, and a blink forward aggressively. Oh no, Lina getting the kill onto that Wisp as soon as he comes back. Nice play there. And she picks up level 6 with that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That's a very important level 6, just like the Shadow Fiend is. Not quite as important, but the burst damage from Laguna Blade is going to be very useful in picking off that Wisp. Making sure that the Chaos Knight does not go back.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the top lane.
They're going to use the Reality Rift onto this Shadow Fiend. However, Shadow Demon is there using his Demonic Purge. An ultimate going off as well. Are they going to get this kill? Oh man, barely. He's escaping with about 29 health now. An aggressive blink forward, from this Queen of Pain. They're actually going to decide to go for the Shadow Demon in the end. Does she have enough mana for her Shadow Strike? Looks like she does. She's going to go forward. Most likely aggressively blink. Yep, there goes the Tether, Stun, and they get the last hit onto that Queen of Pain on the Shadow Demon there. Oh man, Bane's in a scary place right now.
Yeah.
He knows it. He knows it. He's actually getting the Lina's being surged right now.
Yeah,
she could just run up and use her ultimate.
Yeah,
that's exactly what she's gonna do.
Oh,
oh man, that was really close. Oh, look how low
did
this
enough
Lina is.
damage.
Do they have the Wisp teleport up? It doesn't look like it. It's about 1 second away. Is he going to try to go for this kill? Most likely not. She's sitting at about 90 health, and he doesn't really want to go in alone, as there is no one really near him.
I could see them definitely TPing on the middle lane though, getting another kill on the gyrocopter, but the gyrocopter has a DD, so that might get backfire on them.
Yep, and he's picked up his Ogre Axe as well, so going for a relatively quick BKB, a really important item for this fight, especially considering the amount of kind of stun potential as well as just damage coming out of both the Queen of Pain as well as the CK Wisp. And they continue their siege now. The mid tower is going to go down. Queen of Pain getting the last hit. She's up to about 2,000 gold right now, so doing quite well for herself 13 minutes in. Most likely going to see a relatively quick sheep stick with this. Nice counter wording coming out of Boogie. Just, you know, trying to make sure that the vision for Gamer University is minimized. And that's a pretty important word as well. They look like they're going to start gearing towards taking the bottom tower, as most of their heroes are situated in that area. And it is the last outer tower for Team Rat in the Dark. And after that, of course, they could potentially, as hard as it is for the Radiant, gear up for Roshan, but one good fight and they could do it without worrying about the vision for the Dire squad.
Looking towards the bottom lane right now. We're definitely going to see some action down here, I feel. Darkseid kind of just baiting out the enemy team right now with his team smoking up behind him. This is a common strategy. Is it really going to work though? It doesn't look like it.
And of course they run right through a Radiant, actually no, that is an Observer word, so looks like they're okay. Is it an Observer word? I can't really tell.
No, yeah, that's an Observer word.
Yeah. I don't know what the words look like anymore now that there's new ones every couple of days.
Well, you can click on them, I guess.
Yeah, a hero was obstructing it, otherwise I would have.
Oh, you could also look at the eyeball color though.
No, but that was being obstructed by the hero color on the minimap too. I
I
tried everything, man. I tried everything.
I tried everything.
I had to take a wild guess there, and I was wrong. 0 for 1. Oh man, a Fiend's Grip going on to this Darks here. Are they going to manage to get him in time? Looks like the Reality Rift's going to happen as well. The Disruption being so clutch there from the Shadow Demon. They're going to get the last hit though on the back of that Wisp. Nope, the Chaos Knight gets it with his Storm Bolt. The Chaos Bolt, sorry. But it is a 1-for-1 trade. The Darkseer goes down, but so does the Wisp. That's a pretty nice trade though if you are Team Rat in the Dark.
Look at how close the Shadow Fiend is to finishing his BKB though. When he has that, he's going to be in a great position to actually help out his team more.
Definitely.
With the BKB, Shadow Fiend just becomes a team fight monster, really. What's it called? Requiem Souls? Oh, actually, look at bottom lane.
Yep, Nightmare going off onto the Shadow Demon. They look like they're going to fight this as well. A Chaos Bolt as well. The 2-second stun, unfortunately. Wow, Speargun went down pretty much instantly. Pretty interesting Sonic Wave as well coming out of the Queen of Pain. Hits 2 targets. Gyrocopter is going to go down not before doing a lot of damage, however. Chaos Knight also going in. They're going to try to target the Lina first. However, now they start to change onto this Darks here. He's going to run into the Chaos Bolt, actually. And now they can focus on him. He actually has level 2 Surge up, so it's going to go down pretty much instantly after about 4 seconds of time. And that's enough for Queen of Pain to blink in and get that Scream of Pain off, too. So they do pick him up. That's 4 heroes down for Gamer University. And Rat in the Dark now sitting in a pretty comfortable position. Queen of Pain on this bot room, just waiting for it to spawn. It looks like it's going to spawn top, however.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
This looks like it's going to be a tower trade in the end. Shadowfiend getting the last hit onto the top tower.
Dire's
Oh wow, they're actually going to teleport. And it doesn't look like they want to engage right now. Unfortunately, Bane doesn't have enough mana to use any of his spells, so they should just back off wisely. Oh, the deny for the tower coming from that gyrocopter. So a small advantage. It was a 1-for-1 tower trade, but of course they did get that deny on the back of the gyrocopter. And now the time for being aggressive continues now that the bottom tower for the Radiant is still pretty low. Look at the really nice words. They expect something to happen. They expect the defense to come from Team Rat in the Dark. So they're just making sure they have every single base covered in the sense that if they know, if they're coming, they know exactly where they're coming, unless it is, of course, on the back of a smoke tank. However, Rat in the Dark decide, you know what, we don't want to deal with this. We don't want to try to have an engagement happen right now. So they wisely just let it go. And that ends up going to the Shadow Fiend.
Gamer University is They're smoking through the enemy jungle right now, and this is really good. After you take that bottom tower, you can really strike fear into your opponent's heads if you go for a smoke gank and you find someone, because you've already taken away map control.
Ping's coming out for Roshan, actually. A Dark's here, is he going to surge in and start being really aggressive here? Doesn't look like he has to yet, because the Shadow Demon comes in, disrupts the Queen of Pain. Once again, a crazy good Light Strike Array follow-up, and they managed to get that Queen of Pain before she can blink. Man, this guy's been on his A-game. Chaos Knight actually killing the Lina as well in the background.
Oh!
It's barely rifted back. The ultimate from the Shadow Fiend doing so much damage as well, but he gets Fiend Script there by the Bane. Seems like... Wow, excellent Sonic Wave as well. They're going to pick off the Shadow Fiend now, and the Queen of Pain's being quite aggressive onto this Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter looks like he might get the kill. Nope, doesn't end up getting the kill. That's 3 heroes down right now.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh wow, is Shadow Demon going to go down too? That's the question. Blink forward as well as the Scream of Pain. And 1 and 2 auto attacks, and that's a triple kill now for that Queen of Pain. Wow, great team fight coming out from Rat in the Dark once again, and they just keep building up their advantage. We're now sitting at about a 3,000 gold advantage after that fight, as well as a 7,500 experience advantage, so quite a substantial experience advantage.
Interesting decision to go for a team fight right there by Gaming University. I was kind of talking about how it was smart to try to find a pick off with that smoke in the enemy jungle, but actually going for a team fight when your Darkseer is sitting 200 gold away from a mechanism, you might as well just wait and use that as a timing later on.
I mean, they did have that smoke, so they kind of felt obliged to do so, and they had a really great pick off early onto that Queen of Pain. Actually, speaking of Queen of Pain, is she going to get this kill? Oh my god, look at the amount of damage there. She has to run away. But as I said, they got a really good pick off. They just, if she didn't have the buyback, that fight would have gone very differently. But of course, the Queen of Pain bought back. Not only did she buy back, but she got a triple kill out of that engage, making that buyback entirely worth it.
Going for the Mystic Staff, rather than the Ultimate Orb. I mean, it's just making sure that you're not gonna end up dying over and over before you get the most expensive part. But I really like getting the Ultimate Orb first, because it means you're gonna live more, pretty much. It makes you a lot tankier than just getting a Mystic Staff. I mean, she's sitting at under 1,000 health right now.
Yep, going for Roche. Actually, that was a lot of damage coming from those Wisp spirits. Are they going to try to engage here right now? Looks like they want to. Phantasm used by this Chaos Knight. Actually, wow, Gyrocopter's in a terrible position right now. Gets disrupted though, so nice disruption coming out of him. And the Chaos Knight actually getting purged as well. He's pretty much in there alone while his team is fighting from the side. Chaos Knight is actually the first one to go down. He buys back into the game almost instantly. Is Wisp going to TP home, actually? That is the question. And bring him back. Doesn't look like it. Chaos Knight's going to TP back into the bottom lane tower and try to make their presence known into this Roche pit once again. But he goes down relatively soon. His team did nothing to back him up there. That's quite important. Interesting play. He was the only one in that Roshan, and his entire team was just on the cliff, auto-attacking, I guess.
Uproot and after them.
Bane didn't even use his Fiend script there, quite surprisingly. Oh, they are going to try to do as much damage to this Roshan as possible. It seems like the ultimate from Shadow Fiend's down for this fight, but they managed. Wow, what a nice sleep! You see that sleep? It actually traps the rest of his team. And then the Sprout as well. This is some sick play, and they managed to pick up the Aegis of the Immortal because of that excellent play coming out of the Radiant squad. And they're going to turn this around. Darkseer goes down almost instantly. Gyrocopter is going to most likely take damage as well. Oh wow, look at the blink forward. Aggressive blink onto the cliff. Manages to get the Gyrocopter down with the Scream of Pain. They're going to continue this onto the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend goes down yet again as well. A blink forward onto this Scream of Pain. Gets the last hit onto the Lina. And they're going to pick off Mystico as well on that Shadow Demon. A 5-for-0 exchange. Some amazing play coming out of Rat in the Dark there to try to hold that Roshan and delay the time that that the Dire could respond until they took it. That was a great exchange. Wow, that pretty much is
the Chaos Knight actually lived there with the Aegis. He actually never lost it, even though he fell very low. That inside oh wow, palm flashback just as I'm getting tired. That armlet is really keeping him alive. Just armlet toggling to the best of his ability.
Man, just the Sprout, the Nightmare positioning as well. Absolutely flawless play. Really understanding exactly how much time they needed to delay until they could get that Aegis. And that fight worked out perfectly for them. A Nightmare coming up onto this Shadow Demon. He's in a world of hurt right now. I don't know what he was doing there alone. Good awareness by the Bane to try to pick off that kill. And that's another tower down on that back. They, considering they just went a 0-for-5 exchange, Gamer University couldn't really help defend that bottom tower, especially not with the Shadow Demon going down. I'm a bit out of breath right now, but you know, Furion actually teleporting up to the top lane, barely escaping that Lina there. The gold pretty much has exploded into around a 10,000 advantage in favor of Rat in the Dark, as well as about a 20,000 experience advantage. So quite substantial lead on the back of some amazing plays coming out from their players.
I'm fairly surprised that Rat aren't actually giving some farm to the Queen of Pain right here, just so she can finish her Hex. Oh, actually, as I say that, it's actually been finished, so I thought she was lacking around 200 gold. But there it is. Sheepstick finished on the Queen of Pain. It's going to be very big for the next upcoming fight.
Yep, Chaos Knight actually catching a Shadow Demon. They're going to get a 4-second Chaos Bolt on her as well. And the Queen of Pain picks him up. They are trying to target this Chaos Knight right now, but he once again does some great armlet toggling. In the meantime, Darks here going to get sprouted as well. A nice Light Strike away, but the Fiend Script from the other side, Bane helps pick off that Lina, as well as the Queen of Pain, Scream of Pain, as the Sonic Wave. They're going to get the Gyrocopter as well, and that's a 4-for-0 exchange yet again, just spiraling out of control now. Shadow Fiend being the only survivor there.
Look at the amount of gold this Chaos Knight is sitting at. I mean, he's almost at a heart, and when he has a heart, it's going to be so hard to actually bring him down. And there we go.
Yep, and you know, the realization from Gamer University, this game is way over the top, just really nice plays. Going into game 2 now, with Rat in the Dark, just phenomenally played, leading 1-0. Game should be starting relatively soon too, so don't go anywhere.